Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome to Nadanam, a dance podcast. I'm Anup Karthik, the host of the show, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you join me here for another exciting episode. Get ready to dive deep into the world of dance as we explore everything related to dance. Whether you're a seasoned dancer, a passionate enthusiast, or simply someone who loves the beauty of movement, this episode has something special in store for you. But before we get started, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to all our listeners. Your support and enthusiasm means the world to me, and it's what keeps this podcast going strong. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Get ready to be inspired, educated, and entertained as we embark on another dance filled adventure together. Without further ado, let's jump right into today's episode. Today we have Afro Latin DJ with us, Mr. DJ Ravi. He is based in Hyderabad in India. So I'm really happy to welcome Ravi here. Uh, Welcome, bro. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro.
Welcome to our podcast. Thanks for coming in. And so,
Thank
before
you.
going into the topic, I just want the viewers to know what we're gonna, in brief, what we're gonna talk about and what they can expect is the viewers can expect to gain a deeper understanding of Afro Latin music and its significance in the dance community. And the role of a DJ in shaping the dance experience, from creating playlists to reading the crowd and maintaining energy throughout an event. Additionally, we'll gain insights into how Afro Latin music differs between social dance nights and festivals, and how dancers can better connect with the music to enhance their dancing. So, overall, the interview will provide valuable tips and perspectives for dancers looking to immerse themselves into the vibrant world of Afro Latin music and dance. So, without further ado, let's get know things about the DJ thing, the Afro Latin music, and the everything about the DJ life. So let's start from the journey. How does the journey start as an Afro Latin DJ, and how you got started into the music scene? So let's start from there.
So I've been DJing for close to 10 years now. I started in
Okay.
2014,
Okay.
and it just started out of curiosity that I wanted to play the songs which I like. So that's how it started, and I wanted to play all the songs which I had, and I took almost 3 months to prepare. And when
Okay.
I played it, people liked it, and the music was different to what was played by other DJs, and they had a unique start. And from then it went on, and I've been DJing every weekend for the last 10 years, and been lucky
Okay.
to DJ in other cities and play at the major festivals. So this year I'm playing in all the major festivals, and that has been a big milestone.
Your career as an Afro Latin DJ, or you started with something else and then moved into Afro Latin? How it is?
So I started as a dancer. I danced
Okay.
for 2 years, and even when I was dancing, I was collecting music, and this was something I had it like and then it was like a curiosity. Like I like music, and I've been
Okay.
collecting music right from my childhood. I remember days when I used to have a folder which has all my favorite songs, and I used to listen
Okay.
to them on loop. And when I got into Latin, I was collecting music which I heard in socials or which I heard in class or even in some YouTube videos. I used to collect music, and it was always there. And that's how
Okay.
the journey started. And even now, if I see, it's always like collecting different music which fits the different vibe and creating different experience.
You said that you have started as a dancer. Is that in Afro Latin, or some other styles you have started in and then moved on, or you started straight away?
Straight in Latin. I never
Okay.
danced in my life before Latin.
So where are you based in India? Just tell me about that background and your university, college, or something like that. Yeah.
So I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad, and have done all my studies in Hyderabad.
Okay.
So been predominantly in Hyderabad for all my life, and yeah.
What sets Afro Latin music apart from other genres, and what do you think draws dancers to its rhythm and melodies?
See, the distinct thing between Latin music and like let's say club music. In club, it's like monotonous. Like you have a bass, you have elements which have been added, and it keeps repeating. With Latin, let's take salsa. It has a wide variety of music with instruments which are being played, the way it is played, and how the music or the instruments are layered one over the other. It's completely different. Let's take EDM. You
Hmm.
know the section, like it starts with like an intro, and the instruments keep repeating, and that goes on a loop. But in salsa or Latin, the music is different, the way it's structured or the way it's layered, and you have multiple instruments which are coming and going out. The the music is completely different in Latin.
Difference between other genres and about Afro Latin music. So how do you approach selecting music for different settings, such as social dance nights, festivals, and performance? So how do you get prepared yourself on setting the music for this kind
so
of nights? Yeah,
so first
yeah.
So first thing, I keep collecting music almost every day. I am listening to Latin, and I only listen to Latin for most of the time. So I
Okay,
keep listening to new music, new artists. Then I keep collecting them, and I have a structure which I built it over a period of time, and which now is working really well for me. So I categorize my music by like salsa, bachata, kizomba. Then again do subcategorizing them by different subgenres. Like if you say salsa, it's like salsa romantica, salsa dura, Cuban son,
Cuban salsa.
Cuban,
Mm, okay,
guavanco. And same with bachata, you have essential, modern, urban. So I categorize all my music. So there's a lot of prep work which goes
yeah,
for playing, and that's almost, it's like a full time job. You have to do it every
yeah,
day. You
yeah.
keep collecting music, you keep categorizing them, and to keep updating it. Now the thing which always worked for me is that my music is categorized well. Like I categorize by genre, subgenre, energy level, bangers, go to music, songs which has
Okay,
good instruments, songs which like happy feel, sad feel, or song has like good instrumental section, or songs which are good for shines. So for every situation, I have my folders sorted in that way. And
okay.
when I am playing, I don't have to think a lot on what song I need to fix in. I go with
Mm.
the vibe, I see how the people are dancing and what fits then, and go to into my folder and go and pick up songs which are there. And one important thing here is that I, like, you need to know all your songs in and out.
Yeah.
And that has been the case with me. Like, I keep listening to my music again and again, again and again. So what helps me is that picking up the right song for the right vibe. And it's not only picking up the right song now, it's like next 2 3 songs ahead. How do you want to
Okay.
take the vibe in that particular situation? Like if I'm playing in a socials, how do I start, how do I pick up, how do I get it to a high, and how do I like lower it down, and how do I end it? So it's always a journey which I have with my experience, and try to uh, prepare my music in such a way and pick up songs on the go.
It's purely according to the vibe, how the dancers are in, and then you gonna play accordingly. So it's been quite interesting that you have to be constantly prepare yourself, and when you listen lot of music, only then you will come to an idea of getting the vibe throughout. So can you explain the concept of reading the crowd and how it influences your songs during a live set?
So okay, assume when you're starting a party, and they are mostly like usually the beginners come in.
Yeah,
The kind of music which you play, it should like, it should be slower, and it should help them in getting the steps correct. You can't play something which has like a lot of instrumental section coming in and
yeah,
adding all flavors. The song which you play at that time is something which should be slow, It should be easy to dance for them. They should get into the flow. As the party picks up, you keep adding layers. You add songs which has like a good instrumental elements or has good vocals, or songs which people know. This is something which most of the DJs do. You start off with something which people connect, and once
Yeah.
they connect, you start adding different music, different songs which has different layers out of it. And most often, like, people start with romanticas. If you're a salsa DJ,
Mm.
if you're a kizomba DJ, you start with guitars, yoke, or commercial thing.
Yeah.
Or if
Yeah.
with a bachata, you start off with classics. So that's how you start. And how do you pick up depends on how's the crowd responding to you. If people are dancing, if people are getting into the vibe, then you start adding songs which picks up the energy, or
Okay.
uh, creates a vibe which people get into it. And then you slowly pick up from there and add songs which keep matching to that flavor.
There are a lot of events like social dance nights, festivals, and some other big events. So how do you check the vibe, and is that music differs for such events, or it will be same like you just see the vibe and go with the flow, or how does it?
See, one thing which is common is that it's not where you're playing. If you're playing in socials or if you're playing in festival, it's always how the crowd is responding to you and how do you want to build
Okay.
the vibe. There is
Okay.
no music that, okay, this music works only for social, this music only works for festival. The way I do it is that I'm always constantly updating my music. So in
Okay.
socials, I do a combination of songs which are known and songs which are new to it. I always keep adding new flavor at socials, and also I'm testing those songs whether there's a song which I liked. I heard it well. I had these are the different elements which are there in this. Is it working well? Are dancers responding to it? If people are vibing to it, like, what is the response? Are people are able to interpret to this section well, or the instruments which are coming in this song? Is it good? Then I keep selecting songs. I keep and also keep testing a lot of songs in socials. What
Okay.
works? Then I keep categorizing them in a different category. Now, when you
Okay.
go to a festival, it's the ball game is different. So in socials, it's always a limited number which you are playing, like maybe 50 or 60 or sometimes 100. But when you go to a festival, the number is like almost two times or three times. You're playing
Okay.
to a larger audience, and this
Yeah.
audience is a mix of beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And you need to
Absolutely.
cater to all of them. You cannot, like, when you're playing in socials, you have people who are beginners, intermediate, and advanced. You pull songs which cater to that. Your beginner is happy, as well as your intermediate dancer is happy, and your advanced dancer is happy. And how do you do it? You build the vibe in such a way that people are getting into that zone. Once they get into that zone, you start uh, playing numbers which matches that vibe, and keep going there. And what works in social, it's the same in festivals as well. There is no difference.
Okay.
And there's nothing like the song, this is like the set is only for social, or the set is only for festivals.
For social dance nights, it's gonna be just you or some other one more DJ with you. When it comes for festivals and big events, there is gonna be a lot of DJs in it. And how do you prepare in that environment? And how do you make yourself unique from other DJs? So, is there anything particular you prepare yourself, or so? Tell me about that.
So yeah. So when we go to festivals, first thing is, like, we do a bit of study of it, like, who are the artists coming in, like which city are we going in. Is it like salsa focus or bachata focus or kizumba focus city? That's the initial prep work which we do. Second, when you go to the festival, like, we make sure that, like, we, at least like with me, I go, I hear what the DJs are playing, like from the precursor party. Go there, see how the DJ is playing, how are the dancers responding to the music, what is the level of dancing there. Then when you get into a festival, you assume like I'm playing the third set, and there are two other DJs who are playing in before me. I make sure that I go, I listen what the DJ is playing, how is he reading the crowd, how is he building the crowd from there. And I also make notes that okay, hey, like
uh,
this is, maybe this is something I need to start, and this is something I can go, and how I can build it on. And it's always the prep work which you do, like you go listen to the DJs who are playing it before you. You keep looking at the crowd, how are they responding, what's working, what's not working. And then you also make mental notes that okay, this is something you want to go, and you take, when you get it, you pick up from there.
when it comes for the business behind the Afro Latin music and thing, so how do you see yourself or the industry is booming for the last 5 6 years? So how do you see it is going on pretty good, or the business behind your work?
See, now Latin scene is increasing, and if you see over a period of last 5 years, the number of events which we had is increasing, and there are more number of. In fact, we are at a state where we are having a festival in every month.
Yeah.
The scene is growing. There are a lot of opportunities which are there. This was not the case like back in the days when I started. There were like two or three festivals, and getting in there as a DJ, it was like next to impossible. But now there's so many events, and there's so many opportunities. Then it also depends on how do you capitalize it. Like for me, when now I'm getting chance, like getting an opportunity to DJ at most of the festivals. But for me, it was a different journey. I had to travel to different cities and expose myself to different audience.
Yeah.
Even expose the organizer that hey, like I'm a DJ, this is what I can deliver, and if you hire me, this is what you're going to get. And see, okay, there's an interesting story here. Like
Yeah.
in Hyderabad, there's no
Okay.
festivals,
Okay.
and for me, it was never like I never had the chance to like go and ask someone in Hyderabad, hey, like I play good music, take me as a DJ. We never
Okay.
had a festival. Hyderabad is the only place where there's no
Festivals,
festivals.
yes.
So now
Yeah.
to get opportunities, I always have to go to another city. And the
Yeah.
challenge here is that the organizers may know me or may not know me as a DJ, and they never experienced my music.
Okay.
So it was always a challenge which was starting for me. And the way I overcome is that I traveled to almost every city in the country,
Okay.
all the major cities in the country.
Yeah.
I started off with Bangalore. I traveled almost 3 months, at least twice in a month, went there, played, and exposed people to my music. Then I went to Chennai. Then I went to Delhi. Then I went to Mumbai. So I did all this work. I traveled constantly, and I was exposing myself to different audience, and also showcasing my talent to the organizers. And that was my initial journey where I was, which kickstarted me. So when I traveled and when I played, people responded to my music, and organizers were in a position to consider me into this festival. And once I went into a festival and did my job, people liked it, and
Okay.
that opened doors for me to another festival and another festival, and people started recommending me that hey, like Ravi plays this kind of music, his expertise in this is what he can do. And even I have my work uh, recorded online, so all my sets which
Okay.
I play are uploaded in Mixcloud. So
Okay.
there's a reference which organizers have, and I keep
Okay.
sharing this and have this discussion like this is my music, this is what I have done, hear it. If you think I fit your festival, take me.
Okay.
And dude, there's so many opportunities. You want to play
Uh,
salsa? There's so many. Bachata the
okay.
same, and kizomba same.
DJs who are particularly into kizomba, or only into bachata, or only into salsa. So how do you? So you can play all these things. Apart from this, what else can you play? Like commercial or EDM. So what else do you play
Yeah.
regularly? Yeah.
So now it's been like since 2 years. I can play all, and I also took proper DJ. So I went through a proper DJ course. I'm a DJ
Okay.
certified in commercial music. I can
Okay.
play techno, deep house, Bollywood, and the local Telugu music.
Okay.
And since last 2 years, I've been doing all those things. So I do have my Latin parties, and I also do private events in Hyderabad. Either it's
Okay.
like predominantly it will be Bollywood parties, and also I have tie up with some clubs where I go and play commercial music and techno, just to keep my foot in the commercial space and explore that side as well.
Are you into DJ alone, or you do something else other than DJ?
No, I have a full time job.
Full time.
I
Full
mean,
time.
I'm a
Okay.
developer. I'm
Okay.
into data
Okay.
data analytics,
Okay.
and DJing is my hobby, and I love music and DJing, and
Okay.
that's the thing which kept me doing it for last 10 years.
Okay.
And
So
trust me, it's not very rarely I miss a chance to DJ.
that's nice. That's nice. So going for a day job and then coping up with your DJ things is kind of great inspiration for me. So how do you handle your work and your DJ life? So is the work is the place is nearby, or you have to travel, you have to prepare something, and how you take yourself into it?
So luckily, with now work from home option, I don't have to
Okay.
travel a lot to office. But
Okay.
that being said, my office is far. It's almost 35 kilometers. If I have
Oh.
to drive, like I have to go there.
Okay.
But see, for me, like I'm passionate about my work. Like I'm really good with what I do, and I invest good amount of time in my work. I've been awarded a couple of times for the work what I've done at a year end level.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I do my work well, but and also I am passionate about music, and I am only doing this, and I don't get time to do other things. So,
Okay.
and that's how I built my system. Also, I don't go for movies. Very rarely I go for movies. I
Okay.
don't watch a lot of TV. So when I get time, I'm always sitting, preparing my music, categorizing them. So I have to do a lot of cleanup, which is, and I'm
Yeah.
constantly buying new music. So
Okay.
there's a lot of work, prep work, which is good. Then next, practicing. I have to like I do a lot of practice at home. So there are
Okay.
days during the weekdays also. I like if there's something in my mind, I want to like execute it, and I am practicing. I'm recording them. Then I'm listening to that. Did it come the way I had it in mind? Then it's always like I keep practicing a lot. I'm like if I'm at home, I'm always there on my laptop categorizing or practicing,
Okay.
and this is what I do.
When I go for festivals or social nights, I used to see the crowd asking for this song, that song, and even I too have asked the DJ for playing to play some music which I prefer. So what are the common challenges you face as a DJ during live events, and how do you overcome them to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for dancers?
See, one thing is what I make sure is that assume if I'm playing in a festival or in socials, I'm always there 1 hour before my
Okay.
scheduled time. I go there, check or everything, and in my journey there has been there have been issues which are there, like
Yeah.
sometimes the CDJs are not working or the music output is not to the optimum level, or there is some issue with some cables. So this, like what I do is that I go early, I do all the checks. The sound is good. Are the system
Okay.
working in place? Is there any problem which is there? Is my music output correct? If there's a problem, I work with the sound engineer ensuring that these things are corrected. So I do all this thing. Then I go and I start my sets.
As a dancer, you have started as a dancer. So being a dancer, do you also dance quite a while, or you go for other socials, or you will dance after some at the end of your sets? how it is, how do you carry yourself as a dancer?
So this is what I do. If I'm not DJing, I am going to socials. I am dancing,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
also go to other parties to see what other DJs are doing. Even
Mm.
irrespective whether that guy is a seasonal DJ or someone who's like new. Like for example, yesterday there was a socials.
Okay.
I was DJing on Wednesday. I went to socials. He just this I think it was his second time DJing. I went
Okay.
there. I was observing. Okay, what is this guy doing different? What is something I can like maybe learn out of this? And
Okay.
it's been a journey. Like it's not only like learn, invest, and I can learn from other people what different they are doing. Their choice of
Definitely.
music might be different. They approach towards music might be something different, and I can learn out of that. So I always do this. And even when I travel to other cities, I make sure that I take at least 2 or 3 events, and the remaining days I'm going to other socials, watching what the other DJ is doing, talking to them, like understanding like, hey, like what is something
Okay.
new are you doing or what is going on, catching up with them, trying to understand like what is something they are doing it different or what is something which it is new now. And it's I get a lot of different experiences or exposures to what they are doing. Even if someone was DJing maybe like for 1 month, he might have songs which I wouldn't have heard it, or he would
Okay.
have built the vibe in a different way, which maybe I could pick up from there. So
Okay.
this is what I do. Like if I'm not DJing, I am there on the floor, and I'm always the first person to be on the floor. And this has been my thing. Even when I was
Okay.
dancing, like I'm so passionate about dance, I'm always there, the first person to dance. Or if I'm DJing, like I'm always 1 hour before my call time, making sure that
Okay.
everything is in place. And this has been the case for last 10 years.
So being a DJ and knowing more about the music instruments and the vocals, everything, how it, I think it will definitely help on your dancing level. So what do you want to say about the music, the you are into that music, and then when you dance, how can you differ from it?
See, the advantage with DJs dancing is that you know most of the songs
Yeah.
and you can interpret them pretty well.
Yeah.
And that's an advantage which you have. The other thing is that since we know the songs in and out, we also know if it's a new song which is played, you know the structure, you know
Yeah.
how it is built up, uh, how how it is paced, and you can also interpret the music in a different way. So
Yeah.
it's always an advantage for this, and it can also be an advantage for dancers as well. Like if they
Hmm.
hear more music, they become more musical.
Even I started like 2 years back. I just started, but I couldn't move forward with DJing. I just started the basics, but I couldn't do it. So I wish I have to continue a little more. And if I have any doubt, I'll definitely call you and disturb you for sure. So
See, bro,
so
one suggestion, like this is
yeah,
what I seen.
yeah,
Like for you, it's teaching. For others, it might be something else. But
yeah,
you always need to start and be
mm,
consistent. Like for
yeah.
me, I started 10 years ago, and I never stopped from there. And there've
Okay,
been a lot of ups and downs. It's not that it was like a straight path. Like for first 6 years, I never had recognition. Like people
okay,
didn't knew who was DJ Ravi. Now people across the country know me, but it took me 10 years to reach here, and I've
okay,
been consistent. I've been working on my music, I've been collecting new music, I was giving good experience every time when I DJ. But it
okay.
took 10 years, and it's always a journey. No matter what it
Yeah,
is there, you need to get started and keep doing it, and do it for the love of the interest what you have. Like for me, it was
yeah.
always DJing and music, and I've been consistently doing it. And I know I'm going to do it for the at least to the best possible time I can, like maybe for 10 years or 15 years. Or if I'm lucky, I'm DJing throughout my life.
I wish you could do it for a long time. So, for dancers who may be new to Afro Latin music, what advice would you give them for better connecting with the music and improving their dancing?
See, for people who are getting into the scene, first thing it's like expose yourself to dancing, like attend socials. First thing. Second, invest your time in learning and start hearing music, because a lot of people are they don't hear Latin music. It's different. Like in India, the common thing is either you listen to Bollywood or English
Yeah.
music or your
Yeah.
local music. But when you get into Latin, start listening to the Latin songs which are there. And now it's easily accessible. Like you have Spotify,
Yeah.
you have iTunes or YouTube. Listen to that and keep attending socials. Socials is a place where you learn. Classes is something which you get exposed to different steps and techniques, but you improve on the dance floor. And the simple suggestion is that be regular to socials if you can,
Okay.
and keep dancing and dance from the initial. Like there are a lot of people who, like, if the party is like from 8 to 11:30, people come at like 11 or
Yeah.
10:30. So make sure that you dance a lot and make
Okay.
the most of the space which is given for you all.
Nice. So, while speaking to you, I could see some big notice board over there. So, I definitely think that's your preparation, and you have a lot of notes in it. Just tell me about that. Is that your preparation for your thing, or is that something else?
Yeah. So see, I do a lot of planning. Like for
Okay.
me, it's I have goals, and I keep working on it, and I plan everything. And this is one reason I am doing it well now, and I am successful in whatever I'm doing, be it my job or my DJing thing. I
Okay.
plan a lot what I want to do, what I want to achieve in like next couple of uh, months. What is my goal for this year? Like to give you an example, this year my goal was to play in all the major festivals, and the way I
Okay.
worked for it, like had a 3 years plan to reach here.
Okay.
And everything, like going to socials, connecting with people, networking, promoting on social media, going and playing in different places, different crowd. So I do a lot of planning. Like if you see in my board, everything is like detailed out, what I want to
Okay.
do, how I want to achieve it, what are the steps to follow it. And so that's the thing. It's not only like now in DJing, because this is a context. To be successful, it's not that you have to play good music. Everyone plays good music.
Yes,
How do you
definitely.
differentiate yourself? How, what is different you can bring? And how do you make sure that people are getting connected to you? What do you do? How do you put yourself out in the minds of people? Like now, a lot of people, when they see my name on the festival, they say, hey, like I want to go, I had a good experience with this guy. I may not be the primary seller for that festival, but I'm always a supporting person to sell festivals. Maybe in future, I know I would reach to a stage where like people would come to a festival because like I am DJing, but it's a journey,
Yeah.
and I know I would reach there.
So I hope you DJ for all the top events, and your dreams shall come true. Um so yeah, so in this podcast interview with you, I have learned something new in my life too. So I definitely assure you that our viewers will also gain some insights and useful tips from this. For me, it's like this notes is something I'm gonna follow it from today. So planning and setting goals, and the social and the dancer for the dancers who are beginning, and they have to attend a lot of socials. So these all thanks for all these knowledge and experience you have gained throughout your journey. So thank you for joining us, and your final words.
Thank you, Anup, and I
Hmm.
really want to appreciate what you're doing. This, I think you're the first one who's doing in this Latin scene in India. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Yeah.
do hear a lot of podcasts, but these are people abroad doing this.
Okay.
And when I
Yeah.
saw you, like I was so happy that like, dude, this guy is like doing something for people whom I know.
Okay.
And keep up the good work. And
Sure.
my suggestion is like keep it consistent. And there's a long way to
Yes.
go and a lot of things to explore. Like for me, in this journey, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And it helped me a lot in my other aspects as well. And just be consistent, keep doing it, and you will reach new levels.
Much for your words, and I will definitely call you again for something a new upcoming episodes, or we'll talk about something in particular next time. So be ready to come and join us. You are always welcome, and thank you once again a lot for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Anu.
And that wraps up another fantastic episode of Nadanam. I hope you enjoyed diving into the world of dance with us today. Before we go, remember you can stay connected with us on social media for more updates, behind the scenes content, and exciting announcements. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Nadanam a Dance Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving us a review on any of your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners who share a love for dance. Thank you once again for tuning in. Until next time, keep dancing, keep dreaming, and keep spreading the joy of moment wherever you go. This is Anup Karthik signing off. Take care and dance on.